Ready for a little behind the scenes, Adam?
Yeah.
All right, let's do our Audacity in 3, 2, 1, go. And clap for the audience in 3, 2, 1. Showtime.
It is in fact showtime.
It is, in fact, that time of showing.
It's that time of the week.
All right, let's give everyone a minute to get up on in here. And then we'll get this party started. Right. Adam, I'm excited. You excited for this episode?
What's not to be excited for, Ken?
I don't know. Bugs, broken mechanics, lag.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff. But we're here.
Non-shiny Pokemon.
Not wrong. Wait, what? There's no shiny Pokemon?
There's no non-shiny Pokemon. All right, well, I guess we can get this show started, dude. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's counter down. We got 30 seconds. See you in 30. What's up, everyone? What's going on? What's going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 208 of the Lured Up podcast, where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Today is February 1st, 2022. I'm your host, Ken Pescatore, joined by that other lovely man, Adam Tuttle. Yo, what's up?
Hi, Ken.
Hi. Oh, Lachlan's in the chat. What's up,
Oh,
man?
Lachlan's already in the chat?
Yo, Notification Squad. Notification Squad is repping. But what's going on, brother? How's your week?
Well, Monday was yesterday, and
your weekend.
I was wrapping up the electric event. That was fun. Caught some Voltorbs.
All right, yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that. I do want to recap Power Plant, talk about the last week of gameplay. We also have new details on the Go Tour live events, so the actual events taking place on Sunday the 27th. Hisuian Voltorb makes his debut into the Lunar New Year event that we have now. We're going to do a Regirock raid guide and battle party. So, Adam, you're going to have to put together a little jammy jam. And then finally, we will poke the bear, talking about leaks and APK mines, something that we used to cover a lot back in the day. We don't really talk about APK mines too much anymore, but I definitely want to talk about it.
You used to love those. That was your jam. That was your jelly.
I like covering APK mines, but it's I don't know. It's just a bizarre. I don't know. It just I didn't find. I thought it ended up taking away from some of the experience, which is why we don't put it necessarily front and center too much anymore. But I do want to get into it, man, and let's recap the week. Let's talk Power Plant. We had Helioptile. Pretty much everywhere in the wild. We had the Team Go Rocket event. This wrapped up just this morning. So let's talk about it. How was it?
It was a good event.
Did you do your evolution yet?
I have not evolved into Helios.
Why?
Because I haven't.
Why not?
I'm waiting for the shiny.
Are you? No.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up your game right now and do it right now. Evolve that 98.
No.
Wow. All right. All right. Adam loves holding out, but we had plenty of electric types in the wild. We had Voltorb everywhere, which ended up becoming a little bit more interesting as time goes on. And we'll get there in a second.
The last podcast.
Right.
I was discussing how I wanted a Magnemite.
Right.
I had walked from my store to the gas station to get my lunch, and I got a shiny Magnemite.
Okay, nice.
Woo!
You wanted it.
That is what I wanted.
Yo, interesting comment here from Lachlan. Lachlan said the community seemed to think Voltorbs were too common the whole event. dude, we're not even done with Voltorb yet. Voltorb is
Voltorb
riding
is
into the
everywhere.
Lunar New Year, so we'll talk about that with Hisuian Voltorb. Oh yeah, the name of this episode is Wooden Balls. So, well, I thought that was appropriate. But Trubbish was the shiny that I was going after. I did not get it. In fact, I got no shinies, which was
I was so lucky. I got several times. There was multiple Electrodes and Jolteons.
I had a triple Jolteon desk spawn today at work, which was pretty cool. So that was exciting. That doesn't happen that often. That was if you're lucky. Yo, I have not seen really any of these 1-star raids. Pikachu, Beldum, Shinx, Blitzel, or Clink. I wanted to do plenty of Blitzel, and I just didn't see them.
I didn't see any Blitzel. I got invited to one. I got invited to a Clink. I didn't do it just because I didn't get to it on time. And then there's been so many Beldum invites and so many Beldums, and I
Really?
just don't want it. Yeah,
Dude, I didn't see much on
I
tier 1.
stopped and did a physical Shinx raid today. Did
Okay.
not get the shiny. Still don't have the 100%.
Well, I'm glad you used your free.
Oh, I used it.
Good.
I even sent one to Lachlan.
Nice. Are you still going for shiny Dredagon?
Yes. Yep. Still looking for that Dredagon.
Yeah, the tier 3 raids for this event were kind of funky. We had the non-shiny Genesect. We talk about that in Icebox is in Legendaries. Were you going after Voltorb and Magnemite through research? I know that's your jam.
I didn't want Voltorbs. I just wanted Magnemite.
Oh, and it was the split.
It
was the split research, right? Yeah.
So I'd get 3 in a row, and it'd all be Voltorb. I did get a second Emolga, and I did get a 98% Emolga. So I was happy about that.
Yep. Yeah, and you said you ran out of TMs for doing frustration, right? Oh, and Stardust too, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't do any Team Rocket TMs because I didn't have anything.
Yeah. All right. Well, so overall, how was the event? I mean,
it was fabulous.
What about really Voltorb? Is it too much?
There was a lot of balls in my face, you could say.
Wow, Adam.
Yeah, especially Sunday. Sunday there was
sparky balls.
There's a lot of balls.
No, there. I definitely agree with you. I think there was a lot. When I was looking back, like doing my cleanup, my inventory cleanup, I noticed a ton of balls in there. So, I still don't have a good shiny. I guess it's a shiny hunt for me. So it's like I don't mind it at all. Obviously not with the Hisuian.
Yeah, no, that was for the first time in a long time. It was really exciting to play the game.
Yeah. Coach Kev says lots of teabagging going on. You can never have enough teabagging going on. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed the event. I thought it was a good way to deliver Heliotile, and I don't know. I think you're a weirdo for not evolving.
It wasn't all over the place, but it was enough to where you didn't feel like you weren't going to get enough to, have all the candies and all the XL candies.
Right, but
Candy XL.
Right, we'll revisit that in a moment when we talk about the onset of Hisuian into Lunar New Year. But I figure we could jump right into our next topic, which is the live event companion events for Go Tour. And there was a couple. There was Monterey, there was Taiwan, and there was Abu Dhabi. And as it turns out, Abu Dhabi has been canceled. And this is kind of a big deal because this one, I think more so than the other two, was probably the most globally desirable to travel to. And it seemed like a lot of people really wanted to hit this event. I don't know what the cause of the cancellation is. It doesn't necessarily call out any reason, but refunds will be processed in the next couple days. So if you did get a ticket, hopefully you could get your airfare and hotel and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I wasn't planning on going to Abu Dhabi.
It's a month away, right? So, I mean, at least they gave you that much time.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
At least they gave you that much,
Yep. First Olympian in the chat says that he agrees with Adam. The event was fabulous. He Grimer hunted. Grimer was another one.
Grimer, yeah. See, that Grimer is like that one where it's like the shiny, looks like the Alolan
The
version.
Alolan. Yep.
So you never know what you're gonna get.
I actually I did get that shiny hand catch on that shiny in this event. So that was my one shiny, but that was like
Oh, the truth comes out. You
that
said
was
you
at the
didn't get a
beginning.
shiny.
No, you know what? Because when I looked at my most recent, I'm seeing Bulbasaur because I got the Grimer right before Bulbasaur Classic, which was still part
okay.
of
That makes sense.
the onset of Power Plant. But yeah, Abu Dhabi's canceled. So yeah, hopefully
Did you
you'll
see
get
it
your
coming?
refund. Yeah, we talked about that like 1 or 2 episodes ago. We were saying, are
Yeah.
we going to start to see these events get canceled? And they're all on the same day, so it's not like there's any additional time for Monterey or Taiwan to make a decision. But I know a bunch of people from the East Coast that are going to Monterey, and like Sonaramen, and they're hosting a huge get together out there, like a creator get together. I think he said he had something like 35 content creators are going to meet up. It's sponsored by 7-Eleven. It's going to be this huge event, so hopefully we'll see some really cool coverage.
Well, see, even like music venues and stuff, like that's still like an unknown territory. You know what I mean? You've got half the people are requiring, vaccinations and masks and all
you're
this.
seeing like towns have their own rules now. So you have statewide, you have citywide. It's a lot, but we do have our details for the standard Pokemon Go Tour event. So Saturday the 26th, the actual ticketed event, and now we have the in-person stuff here. So this is pretty cool. So now if you look on this blog, and I have the blog pulled up for our non-audio listeners, you see that Abu Dhabi's off the list. It's just Monterey, Mexico, and Taiwan left on the list. It says trainers attending any of these events will receive event-exclusive special research. We knew about that. To join forces with other trainers to explore the habitats and enjoy research. So I'd assume that this is going to be similar to what they did at the original Go Fests, and then they mimicked digitally, virtually, in Go Tour, where every hour, remember the habitats would rotate.
The rotation.
But here, these are in-person events. It seems like they're going to be Go Fest-esque, where there's going to be habitats, like physical habitats. Like
that would be so cool to see.
That was the absolute coolest part of Chicago Go Fests for us, was walking through the forest or walking through the mountainous things or the desert. Like that was the coolest part.
Yeah, 100%.
Remember the foam bubbly for the snow in the winter area into the ice area?
That was my favorite because it was like Delibird.
I know. They had soap bubbles blowing everywhere like snow, like out of it was so cool. It was really cool. I don't know. They clearly say here, attending in person can encounter Mewtwo, which is pretty awesome. Oh, look, there's Delibird. But you can encounter Mewtwo. So there's your special research finale, I'd imagine. It says, it seems that shiny Pokemon will also be appearing more frequently in Pokemon Go Tour live locations, so be on the lookout. So this will be a geo-fenced, increased shiny situation. Ditto will also be appearing in the wild during the event. If you're lucky, you might find a shiny one. So this is the biggie, because at these events, the physical geographies with the increased shiny rates, Ditto is in the pool.
Wow, so that's going to be...
Really I'd imagine that'll be the chase. I'd imagine that's the chase.
That's so cool, though. That really is. That's so cool.
Yep. You must be in the above mentioned locations in order to experience ticketed gameplay. So again, geofence going around the city or whatever it is. Whether you have a ticket or not, trainers in Monterey and in Taiwan will be able to participate in raids throughout the day, and it'll be the legendary birds. So the Cantonian birds, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres will be there. And then trainers in those cities will also encounter the following Pokemon in raids: Farfetch'd, Kangaskhan, Mr. Mime, and Toro. So just like Kanto Go Tour, their regionals will be coming back around.
That's cool, because we can get invited to those.
Exactly. It doesn't stop you. So I would start coordinating now. If you know people that are going to these areas, it's like start booking some invites now. Like, send me some invites to Kangaskhan. I still don't have shiny Kangaskhan, man. That's
I don't have
a chase for
Kangaskhan. I
me.
don't think I have Farfetch'd. Hold on, let me see. Let me
But
see. I have
I don't
so
know.
many Tauros. It's just baffles
I
me.
I would have loved to have been able to travel to one of these. I'm not doing any traveling right now, not just because of COVID and everything, just because it's just my life is too hectic to do any traveling at the moment. But I would have really loved to go to this event, and especially now hearing that they're going to have habitats. Like it says explore the habitats. That does that mean that the physical habitats will be set up? It's like
It's
I don't
gotta
care.
be. It's
I
gotta
guess like
be.
I could.
Oh no, Ken dropped. Well, as far as the habitats go, I would love to see video
Yeah.
of the habitats.
No, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. We need coverage. We need some. We need some.
We need on the ground foot soldiers.
We need some foot soldiers. But yeah, I'm excited. I wish I could attend, but I can't. All right, let's talk about balls. Would
I
involve.
like the ball on screen.
So this announcement came out a couple days prior to Arceus coming out, the Legends Arceus for the Switch, and this was a really cool surprise. Now we're going to talk about APK mines later, but I think Poké miners found this maybe, I don't know, a week out of the announcement. So if you follow miners, you knew about this really early, but it's pretty cool. So it says Hisuian Voltorb, originally discovered in the Hisui region of the Pokemon Legends Arceus game on Nintendo Switch, are now appearing in the world of Pokemon Go. Help Professor Willow learn more about them and how they differ from Voltorb of the Kanto region. So phenomenal design on this. I don't know
Yes.
your take on it, and it's also cool that it's a electric grass type, because I had some catch 10 grass type tasks, and it was like slow going, and then all of a sudden these Voltorbs came out, and I was just like, oh snap! I could fill in these research tasks with them.
Yeah,
But
when I opened my game and I saw these, it like revitalized my urge to play this game.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Arceus is just phenomenal. So hopefully you got a chance to check that game out. But this rolls directly into the Lunar New Year event, and I guess we could talk about this now, and then when we could take a break and come back and do our battle guide and poke the bear. But we're right into another event. So we had no gap, right? You know how I always like a little vanilla spawn in between? We didn't have that here. It was the end of the power plant event at 10 a.m. and the start of Lunar New Year at 10 a.m. And the Voltorbs are just rolling right over into this event.
They
So
literally rolled in.
they literally did. They rolled down. But now we have Shiny Litleo, and this is another interesting thing, because on last episode I was talking shit about the spotlight hours for this month, because they had Litleo in there and they also had another non-shiny Pokemon, and I was like, yo, we got two non-shinies in spotlight hour this month. That kind of sucks. And here we go. The answer was Shiny Litleo being announced later. I like this little element of misdirection from Niantic. Like,
Yes.
it was
it was a welcome surprise.
That's why another thing I want to bring up when we talk about leaks. I kind of went radio silent on them, and I was truly surprised by this announcement. I get the news early from Niantic. It's not considered a leak. You know what I mean? I'm under NDA, but we got it early, and so that's my response. It's like, I want to hear it from the source. So I was very excited to get this announcement. But Shiny Litleo is a fan favorite, so it's pretty cool.
Have you caught a shiny yet?
No, and I caught pretty consistently for Spotlight Hour today.
Same.
So I did not. I saw a couple people getting them, but we're going to go through the Pokemon here, because there's another Pokemon I want to hunt during this event. But this event's going to be running from today, February 1st, through next Monday, February 7th at 8 p.m. So we have a week on this event. And obviously, it's all about Shiny Litleo, but check this out. We have increased chance for lucky Pokemon in trades, increased chance to become lucky friends, double Stardust from opening gifts, and one extra special trade a day, which is awesome. Now, why do you think they did all this trade stuff and luckies and they didn't increase the trade distance? Like, is that not the perfect companion? Is that
That
not what
would
we
be the
want?
perfect companion.
I don't get it. I don't know why they would exclude that. It doesn't make sense to me. But whatever, this is what we got. I still like this, and some of the tasks that the research had you doing were for trades.
Yes.
So
Yep.
increased chance for luckies. Like, I like how they tied it all together.
Yeah, I do appreciate when they do stuff like that, and I like when they do walk a kilometer, and then there were some walk 2 and walk 4. That was nice. I really enjoy those.
Yeah, there was a time where my research stack was like walk 3, and then I had 2 of the walk 4s, and I was like, all right, I'll hold on to these. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
Yes.
But in addition to Litleo, we have in the wild Paris Meowth, Growlithe, Voltorb, Hisuian Voltorb, Magikarp, Torchic, of course, Litleo, and then the if
Paris.
lucky Pokemon are Electabuzz, Combuskin, and Gyarados.
We just had the lightning event with the power plant Electabuzz. We already had Electabuzz. This isn't exciting.
But
Combuskin,
Gyarados is
cool. Gyarados, that's cool.
But Combuskin, they don't allow you to catch shiny. That's a little bit of, I don't know. The middle child always gets it bad. But like, why can't this be shiny? I don't know. But Gyarados is always an exciting catch in the wild.
Yes.
So, but Coach Kev in the chat saying this makes total sense. They're slowly trying to retrain us to play together. I think you're absolutely correct. It's very, very clear that they want people close together. So I guess that does make sense as to why they didn't give us the extended trade distance. It's like, go to the park, sit on a freaking bench, trade with someone next to you. Stay 6 feet apart. The trade distance is further than 6 feet. That would be a fun campaign. Ad campaign. Keep the distance 6 feet apart. The game you could trade within 30 feet or whatever the hell it is. No, but Gyarados is what
you're just holding up signs from across the field.
Yeah,
I need a Delibird. I need a shiny Gyarados. All right.
You have like a voice chat going on in Discord. Hello.
Hello.
All right, interesting raid set here, and this is where the Pokemon that I'm chasing right now is in. We have in tier 1s Magikarp, Shinx, Darumaka, Litleo, and Esper.
Litleo, Esper.
I'm going after Esper, Litleo, and Darumaka I still need. But I also do not have a Hundo Magikarp. And
what?
Dude, I know.
Oh, that's wild. That really is wild. Hang on. 4-star.
No, you said you have 4, don't you? Justin's in the chat. What's up, man? Dude, don't rub it in.
I'm just going to rub it in just a little.
I don't want you to rub it in. That's
I have fair. 1 Magikarp, and then I have 3 Gyarados that are 100%.
That's terrible. But the Esper is one that everyone should kind of go after because we've had a lot of opportunities to see Darumaka. We'll probably have more opportunities to see Litleo, but Esper kind of gets tucked away, hidden, in raids every so often. So it's available now. You might as well go after it in 1 stars. This is a good in-person raid. Some people don't like using remotes on 1 stars. I don't really care. But 3 stars, this is where things get a little spicy. You got Charizard, Flareon, Shuckle, Delcatty, Absol, and Druddigon. Druddigon has consistently been a pretty popular one. I don't think that doesn't seem to be slowing down with my invites that come my way. So
yeah, Druddigon and Shuckle are my 2 highlights in this one.
Yep. Charizard though, can't go wrong with Charizard. I still don't have a Hundo Charizard either. So
what?
I know, it's terrible. And then up top we have Regirock and 5-star, and we have Mega Houndoom in Megas. And at the end of the show, we're going to do a Regirock raid guide and battle party. So it's not done yet, Adam. Are you still on the single incubator grind? I'm permanently on the single incubator grind.
I recently pumped $5 into the game.
Pumped? That's how you had to pump. You had to pump it in there.
The first time,
$5.
The first time my game was just like doing the whole like loading. It like wouldn't load the ability to like put my thumbprint in. So I was like, all right, that's a sign that I shouldn't spend $5. And then 2 days later, I got an invite for an Esper, and I was like, I'll go for the 3 raid passes. And then I had 300 something left, so I did spend 300 on 2 regular incubators.
Yep.
just because I wanted to. And Ken's gone again. But I put my 7Ks in there to try to get something. I don't even know what I'm looking for from them.
Yeah.
Let me see what my
If
7Ks.
you're watching the video,
Oh, Litleo.
If you're watching the video of this and my internet keeps dropping out, my browser keeps dropping out. It's not even my internet connection. I have an issue with my browser. My browser tabs are crashing. It's the weirdest thing. Can't figure it out. So just dealing with it.
Can't figure it out.
It's what it is. But all right, we also have a 7K egg shakeup.
Yeah, I got one of the Litleo ones. I'm excited. Litleo and Shuckle. And Slugma. I still don't have Slugma, so that would be a really nice get.
Dude, when you're on a single incubator grind and you don't have increased distance bonuses, 7K's hurt on that standard incubator.
You just got to get out and walk, Ken.
I do walk. I'm turning over my 2Ks and my 5Ks and my 10Ks. I put my 12Ks in the bottom storage. I can't.
I have multiple 12Ks.
I will only use premium incubators, super incubators, if we're in an event with a bonus distance. That's it. That's the only way I'll do it. Field research tasks: Alolan Meowth, Galarian Meowth, Magikarp, Darumaka, Litleo, and Esper. So here we go. This is going to be a good way to shiny hunt Litleo and Esper. If you want to stay away from raids, Esper for sure.
Do we know what tasks those two are?
I don't know. I don't know if that's been reported yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I could check out a couple of gaming or something like that on the break. But also Mega Gyarados energy available in tasks, so that's always good. And then we've got timed research. I don't know how far you've made it into this so far, but we have a friendship-based thing. It's gated with sending gifts 3 days in a row. So I'd imagine
I've done all of it except for the send 3 gifts 3 days in a row.
Yep. So we gotta wait. Esper is win a raid. That's what came through Coach Cave in the chat. So that's an easy one. So stack a couple of those and do an Esper raid and get 3 Esper encounters. Yes, please.
That's 4 potential shinies.
Yep. That's good stuff. And don't forget, is an Esper in research breakthroughs also. So stay on top of your breakthroughs to get 4 additional opportunities there.
I got mine like a day before. Yeah, I think I got mine on the 30th. I think. Hang on. Yeah, let me look.
Oh, Lachlan said a good point. Paris and Meowth boosted Stardust for catching also. Good call.
So
good call.
I literally have 2 Paris in front of me. I should probably.
Paris is another grind. That's what Coach Kev said. He's grinding. That's another one that hasn't been like increased spawns since it came out, since the shiny came out. So, all right. Well, Adam, I think we can take a little break, and when we come back, we will talk Regirock. We'll look at some Poké Battler data.
And, we'll Regirock and roll.
We'll Regirock and roll, and then we'll do Poke the Bear. And Poke the Bear is a pretty good one. We got some pretty interesting responses, and I'm excited to do it now because now we can properly shout people out when we do Poke the Bear because we can show their tweets on screen.
All right.
So that's good stuff. That's definitely good stuff. But all right, everyone, we'll be back right after this on the audio version. Everyone who's on the video version, sit tight. We'll be back just after this. I think I'll have a little glass of agua.
Oh, I thought you were actually like putting us on a break.
You want me to put you in timeout, Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to everybody in the chat. We got some
peeps up in here.
Appreciate everybody. Don't say the D word. I'll just get rid of Adam.
Dungeon dice. Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, you ready to get this party back started?
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
1.
And we're back from our break.
We're back.
Yes.
Welcome, trainers.
Welcome back.
To the back half of the show.
I am hydrated, as we saw on the live stream. But a little housekeeping to get through before the back half of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon, and you can check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And all of our patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration is in the Discord. We hope to see you there. We're announcing our tournaments for the month this weekend. So if you get in before this weekend, you can be one of the first to register. A huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Grant, Jamal, J Mojo, Jojo, Magikarp, DM, Tish, TN Comics, Wiz, and Big Zaw Minus. And as always, a special thanks to our executive producer, Paul Bhatt. And make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere that you can connect with us, get the merch, and leave us some reviews. Like Spotify's. You could do reviews on Spotify's now, stars. So, what's going on? We got some new peeps in the chat here. Mythical Hitch, what's up? David's Pokemon
Welcome.
Adventure, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. We're just about to do a Regirock raid guide and battle party. Adam, do you know what that means?
Battle party. Ooh, battle party. Ooh, ooh.
All right, we got Poké Battler data up here, but I also want to take a look at
The chocolate
Pokemon Go
milkshake.
Hub before we dig in. So
Ah,
if we look at Go Hub, you can see here that Regirock's best counters, generally speaking, Metagross, Swampert, Dialga, Kyogre, Machamp, Groudon. Regirock is weak to water, steel, fighting, ground, and grass types, so plenty of weakness here. And there's plenty of different Pokemon that you could use. 100% catch is going to be 1784 at level 20 and 2230 boosted in partly cloudy weather. So 1784 and 2230. Go Hub is calling this a 4-person raid. I think maybe with some megas turned in there, you might be able to do this with 3 if you stagger your megas and you have super effective and some weather and friendship even. But we'll have to test that out. All right, so let's jump back to Poké Battler. We're going to leave all the filters on for right now. If you've never used Poké Battler before, you have the ability to turn toggle shadow Pokemon on or off, legendary Pokemon on or off, and megas. We're going to leave everything on for now and look at it with the shadows, and then we'll remove the shadows because most people that aren't hardcore may not have shadow Pokemon powered up all the way, but we'll see what we got. So this is a clear one on top of the list. Shadow, Metagross, Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash. Adam, I hope you've saved some of your Metagross and, your Shadow stuff, because even a shitty Shadow Metagross is probably better than most other Metagross that aren't Shadow in your inventory. I don't know how it's been for you.
I have one Shadow build 'em.
Okay.
And it's actually pretty good.
Well, evolve it then.
No.
Evolve that shit up. Yo, Coach Kev just got a shiny Esper. Yo, that's hype right now. See? That's hype. Mega Blastoise. There's a lot of megas on this list too. So we'll kind of
all right.
Look through the megas also. But Mega Blastoise is here. We have Shadow Machamp.
Shadow Machamp. I have 100% of one of those.
If you do not lead with Shadow Machamp, I don't know what your deal is. You got to lead with that. Regular Metagross, Shadow Swampert, and we'll go through the moves in a second here. Mega Venusaur is on there, so you can see a lot of megas, a lot of shadows.
All right.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shadow Hariyama for some fighting. There's a lot of high damage output Pokemon. So if I come back up here, let's kill the shadows. And let's look at this back. Now, the way Poké Battler works is from this drop, it will show the different move sets of the boss, and it rates them in order of difficulty. So the toughest Regirock moveset is going to be Rock Throw, Focus Blast. So just think of that. Focus Blast in partly cloudy weather is going to fuck you up. So just be careful there. So if we take away the shadows, Mega Blastoise up top, do yourself a favor. Don't always put your Mega in the first position. Put it in the second position. Put it in the third position. I see this all the time where I'll raid with people that are very I'm not communicating with them on chats ahead of time, and we just show up at the raid and we raid together. Everyone puts their Mega in position 1, and the benefit goes away at the same time. So it's like you might as well stagger them and help everybody out through the course of the raid. But we have Mega Blastoise, we have Metagross, we've got Mega Venusaur, Mega Gyarados. You see megas are just huge here. Yo,
Zarude?
That's
yes, cool.
It's remember,
nice to see.
So not only is it cool to see, but if you're raiding with someone and you know they're bringing a Mega Venusaur, here's a really good opportunity to use Zarude, because you could Vine Whip, Power Whip, get your 20% boost from the Mega, and there you go. You have an actual chance to use Zarude. I've never used Zarude in a raid. So there you go. Lucario is also going to do here simply because of speed, but using counter Aura Sphere. So this would be like almost the opposite of a PvP specking. Counter Aura Sphere on Lucario. Kyogre, I'm definitely bringing this because I have 100% best buddy, level 50,
Yep.
all the way. Therian Landorus, Garchomp is on the list also.
I have both those as 100%. Let's
Look,
go.
don't you like the Priplup line?
Primplup. Not Empoleon.
Not Empoleon.
Primplup.
Okay.
Primplup.
And then we had the Breloom that had the semi-exclusive move that Grass not on there. So there's a lot of options here because there's so many different weaknesses. So I did in fact put a party together, Adam. And I'm just going to read it off of my phone because I built it in the phone. And now I'm kind of having a regret because I didn't put Zarude in my party, and I probably should have. But I have, all right. So whenever I build a party out, I keep the last spot in the party empty because I always tuck my buddy in the last spot of the raid to anchor the raid. So I get my buddy heart. So it's like if I leave it blank in the battle party screen, it always reminds me, oh shit, I got to put my buddy in. So I'm going to, I have Mega Venusaur, and depending on who I'm raiding with, I'll either lead or put this in slot 2. I've got 98% Metagross. I've got my 100% Kyogre. I've got a 98% Rhyperior level 50. And then I have my level 50 Hundo Machamp. So those 5 are going to bring, but my wild card here is going to be Zarude. And I'll only bring Zarude if there's a Mega Venusaur in the party. You know what I mean? Because that'll be my opportunity.
You got to be quick with the fingers because you got to be able to switch into it.
Well, that's the benefit of having the notification there. It actually says, "Yo, what's up, boss man? Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all." He says, been listening for a while on YouTube. Happy to finally contribute. Got some cheers. Thank you so very much. That's really awesome. Really appreciate it. Yeah, level 50 Kyogre. So this was the first, my level 50 Kyogre was the first Hundo legendary I ever caught. So I was very excited on that day. I remember we were raiding in Asbury Park, New Jersey. We had like a raid train of like 20 cars. This was back in the day when we used to do like the big drive foo, where we'd just like completely like have a whole train going from raid to raid to raid. But that's going to be my party. Mega Venusaur, Metagross, Kyogre, Rhyperior, Machamp, Zarude. Adam, what about you? What are you going to bring?
Okay, so I'm bringing leading with Shadow Machamp, and then I'm going to bring my 100% Metagross, Garchomp, Therian Landorus, Rhyperior, and Mega Gyarados.
Okay. But you can't anchor with Mega Gyarados.
I didn't say I was going to anchor with it.
Well, you said it last. That implies an anchor. You got to move that jam up. You got to move that chain up.
Well, listen, if everybody's putting their megas in the second or third slot, nobody has it at the beginning. Everyone has it at the second slot. I don't know if this is good or bad. It's counterintuitive.
Well, tag us on social media and let us know what party you're going to be bringing. You can email us info@luredup.com. You can send us a screenshot as a text, 732-835-8639. Hit us up on Twitter and let us know what you're bringing against Regirock. The Reggies are, always fun. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those things that they just... I
did one Regice, I think.
Did you?
I think. I don't know.
See, I don't know. I told you before on Spiel Community Day, I traded for one. So I was like, I was like, great. Thank God I'll use the freaking special TM. I was like, that's it. Give me. But no, but Regirock will know Earthquake when you catch it. So again, this is with the cool switch up of moves. So it's pretty fun for that. So you got a pretty solid, Shadow Scizor. I only hear Shadow says, Shadow says, or Adam, didn't you?
I do have that.
Yeah, so why not, dude? Just bring it because you built it.
Yeah.
even if it's like
Okay,
weak.
get rid of Mega Gyarados and
No,
throw
even
in
if it's like
Shadows.
weak to the boss, it's like just bring it. Just bring it. It'll get wiped out in one fast move, just for shits and giggles. That's so funny. That's so funny. But yeah, tag us on social. Let us know what you're bringing. We're definitely interested to hearing what's going on. But Adam, I'm excited. It's
Why are
time
you
to
excited?
because it's time to poke the bear, man. Let's do it.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
All right. So this week on Poke the Bear, I asked Twitter, the topic being leaks and APK mining. I said, how do you feel about leaks hitting your timeline? Do you want the info ASAP, or would you rather be surprised? Do you consider APK mining a leak, or is it just another form of news and game coverage? All right. So before we go any further,
That's such a good GIF. It's like Happy Teddy Ursa.
It's such a good what? It's such a good what?
Jiffy.
No. There's no GIF. It's GIF.
GIF.
So
this
has always been an interesting one, and I'll preface it with this: APK mining is against the terms of service. We're not doing any APK mining ourselves. We've talked about APK mining a shit ton on the show over the years. This has been something that has offered the community insight to Niantic's inner workings, and gives us a kind of something to speculate and get excited about, especially because we don't know if any of this shit will ever make it to the live game. It's all speculative, right?
Yeah, because wasn't Kecleon in there?
Yeah, like on day one. So while we've covered APKs in the past, we don't necessarily do it anymore, but is something that the community is very invested in, and I wanted to get everyone's take on it. So let's read through some of these comments here. Woodwose Wolf says, I know many games have APK mining, but I feel it has become a cornerstone of the culture around this game in particular. In a lot of ways, I feel it is an echo or consequence of the early years when Niantic didn't really communicate with the community at all. It's not like data mines tell us really everything, though. Pertinent data like spawn rates, shiny rates, and even true hatch rates remain beyond the reach of the miners. This is very true. And just so you know, Woodwose is on the self-science team. So yeah, some of that data, you can't, that's lost in the sauce. You're not going to be able to pull that from a spreadsheet. You're going to pull that from actually executing and reporting on the data. But I think he brings up a great point here, how, remember in the beginning, Niantic didn't say shit to anybody. You know what I mean? They had like no contact with the content world. I remember like the first 2 years of the game, when Trainer Tips would like, go to Niantic's headquarters and like sneak in and shit, like all that, like it was almost comical that they weren't connecting with the content creators, because at that time, that's when the videos were getting, hundreds of thousands of views. It was so big on YouTube, and it was all just fresh content. What a weird time compared to like now, how everything is data driven, because we know what's in the mines. Very interesting, but great point, Wood. I think you're right. I think it really is a reflection of, or an echo or consequence of the early years of Niantic. It makes perfect sense, and it got ingrained in us back then. So great point. This next one from T. Wastel says, I want the info ASAP, but I would prefer to be getting it from Niantic and partner creators first. Would be nice to see Niantic shift the announcement timeline to get news out before it gets found in the APK. Interesting point. How the hell do they do this? How can they?
Like, they'd have to drop it at the same time they put it in the game.
But I don't think that they could. I think they have to preemptive or put in the code to the game earlier to make sure that the whole fucking thing doesn't explode. Like, I don't think that that's manageable. And remember when they did the obfuscation and they started making it harder for the APK mirrors to read the data, and then the miners got around that. Like, it's a very interesting dynamic between the miners and the devs. And remember, we had Marty from Pokeminers on, and it kind of like blew my mind of, I don't know. When you think of like Pokeminers, you might think of like Arr and the pirate, and he's just like the swashbuckler, like, being nefarious.
Arr, that's me booty.
That's exactly. But what I learned when I got to know them and got to know the community around it, it was just like, oh shit, they kind of have this super ultra positive outlook and respect for the game, but they're doing against terms of service stuff. It's bizarre because they all are so sweet. They all really do care about the game. Very, very unique situation with data mining. But yeah, I want the info soon too. I like getting it early. Lachlan in the chat also says, I would rather Niantic just add all the missing assets for Gen 3 to 8 to the game. Pokemon Arceus has been out long enough that they shouldn't be able to do this. I also hope that included all the missing megas so they don't leak before dropping. So this is a good point. And he says, I also wish they didn't put assets accessible by people like the miners until the features are announced, just like what T. Wastel was saying. Putting the assets in early, while it does make the game file bigger, which could result in longer loading, slower boot up, all that kind of stuff, it does throw off the ability to predict what's coming next, because they can't say like, hey, Shiny Litleo was added to the game today, so most likely Shiny Litleo is coming next.
Yeah.
When they say 200 shinies were just added.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you don't know. You're like, oh, okay, well, I guess you could speculate just saying like, oh, well, there's going to be a grass event, and out of all the grass Pokemon, this one doesn't have a shiny out, so my bets are on Hoppip, you know?
Yeah, yep. We got dad jokes in the chat. Only leaks I want to see are from Farfetch'd. Thank you, Justin.
That was good.
Yep. All right, what else we have here? The Word Magician. I want all the info, all the spoilers as soon as possible. Got a plan how to spend that Stardust. So I think that
makes
this
sense.
is I think this is why a lot of people want it, because they want a plan. They want to know, is it worth it? They don't want to have to find out for themselves if someone could just tell them. It's like,
you're right.
I think that's kind of the oh shit, what I do? Kind of the fun behind it. James Vivian says, the worst thing that happened to me is a spoiler on my social media feed. Then today is going to be a good day. So yeah, it's like, it's not a big deal. First world problem, right? Getting a game spoiled for you.
Yeah, that's true.
But is it that you get spoiled and you don't want to experience it because you know what's happening? Or do we lose like the excitement of like finding out something in game for the first time, like getting an extra Voltorb with the Pokeball reward in a thing? You know what I mean? Like for Voltorb, it was like the reward looked like you were getting just 5 Pokeballs or something, but then it also gave you a Voltorb encounter. I didn't have any heads up on that, so when that happened, I was like, oh shit, that's a little bonus, like a little extra. The game rarely has the opportunity to surprise anybody. Like, think how frustrating that has to be for the fucking devs.
Yeah, because they can't even like put in a surprise without it being leaked.
Right. Maybe they have to throw some curveballs and put in some fake shit, some honeypots. Philosa Phoenix says, as a community admin, I really appreciate being a tad prepared when something new comes along, and with the community and the community wants info. Data mining is a nice source if taken with a grain of salt to keep up. Yeah, as a hey, I just came to a little epiphany here. I know why we don't necessarily cover fucking APK mines anymore, because we're getting the fucking info from Niantic. That's it.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. We'll get the info early, and we know it's true. Not that we can discuss it, but I think that's probably where a lot of people are at. They're just like, yeah, I want to be prepared, right? Like how can we be prepared? Rudak says, I like the timing of the question with the new Voltorb. Just thinking I missed when events had surprise shinies. Had to wait for real world reports of what was released. That happened with Galarian Farfetch'd also. They just appeared. I guess I don't like leaks then. He wants to be surprised. That's a fun part of the game, is getting surprised. This game has a hard time surprising anybody. Look, we got a lot of responses here, so I apologize for not reading them all. Ivan Espinosa from Florida says, here's the thing. I like being surprised by content, so not a fan of the leaks in minds, but I absolutely hate not being informed of upcoming dates, so I feel the constant last-minute planning is stressful, especially if I have to travel. I'm more so on the side against the leaks in minds because I love turning on the stream and learning what new thing is happening instead of opening Twitter to know ahead of time. Where's the fun in that? But since Niantic doesn't say much, people have to leak, mine, research. So, all right. This is kind of tying back to Woodrow's Wolf, right? Saying they don't say much. People are that hungry for the info. They're going to fucking go after it. Even if it's not given to them, they're going to find a way. And we got a lot of replies here. Seaby says another form of news, in fact, probably better because Niantic sure isn't telling people anything in a timely manner. Just my 2 cents. It's a surprise when it gets leaked anyway. So, you know what? I've heard that before as well. Like it's surprising. The surprise happens during the leak. Like, why does it have to happen in the game? It's like, I don't know. The leak steals the thunder of the dev. I think that's one of the big things. But Adam, let's talk objectively, subjectively here. What do you think of leaks? Would you rather a leak? And with TCG, this is something you can relate to. We have the Japanese cards that come out ahead of the US cards, so you could pretty much see the next US set in its entirety.
Yeah, and then people are already like building decks with those cards and preparing. So people are already like a format ahead.
So applying that philosophy to Pokemon Go with getting the information early, does it really matter here?
Yeah, to be prepared, yeah.
But be prepared for what? This is the thing.
I don't know that.
Every day for me, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to play
Pokemon
this game.
Right now. Okay, there's a new set coming out, but why do I need to be prepared? What's coming up? Because there's no events.
Yeah. Yep. Carcass in the chat says, I also think spoilers for Go is very different for spoilers for Legends Arceus, for example.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I don't want to see anything for Legends of Arceus, but because I'm already probably like 15, 20 minutes in, and I don't know anything that's going to happen, and I want to be surprised.
But
so I'm trying to stay off the internet.
You got to remember, though, it's a static game. The game ships. It's on your cartridge, right? With Go, it's live service. So this shit is rotating and changing every week. So it's not like, you know, I guess it's important for me to distinguish this too, because I don't like when you get an APK mine and you get the data, you get the assets, you get a nice infographic from the miners or from whoever else, right? It looks pretty. You get that visual medium. I don't necessarily think that that's a leak. It's similar to a leak. It's adjacent to a leak because it's data getting released early. But when I think of a leak, I think of seeing something that's like verbatim from a press release, or let's say Niantic sends us the blog information early so we can make content. When you see a cut and paste of that info, that to me feels like a leak. Like someone took that internal communication, right, and they shared that internal communication, and you see the exact verbiage, word for word, verbatim as it is in the blog or in the press release. That to me is like a straight up leak. That's not like someone like saying like, yo, guess what? Fucking Shiny Litleo's releasing this week. Like, is that necessarily a leak? Is that a tip? You know, it's different. Finding Hisuian Voltorb in the mines. Yes, you're leaking that it came out, but you didn't leak like a piece of communication. You're leaking the data, not leaking the release. It's weird. Yeah. It's weird.
That's a good point. That is.
I think in the past that might be why I was so gung ho or interested in APKs and sharing the APKs, because I don't know. I think that it didn't feel like a leak to me. And now it's like, while I am still super friendly with the Poké miners and they listen to the show, and shout out to those guys, they do a lot of great stuff for the community. It's a weird scenario, right? Like
it's against the terms of service.
I know. And it's like that comes up to the next thing I want to talk about, as we got some emails, and someone has held my feet to the fire, and I don't mind talking about it. I think it was a really strong email, and it talks about being like a champion for Niantic, or like a terms of service,
a bootlicker,
yeah, one of those. So got this email. This email is coming from Super Newbie Dad 19, aka Rob. It's really long, but it's a good email. I'm going to read through it. It says, hey, Ken and Adam, I'm a longtime listener, first time emailer, who started playing Pogo with my son in 2019, and now I'm hooked. Currently 280 million XP in 3 years and love the game. Yo, 280 million XP is fucking baller. So congrats on that.
Wow.
My history with your podcast is I've listened to all of your 205 episodes and enjoy your content. Yo, thank you, Robert. That's fucking awesome.
Thank you so much.
To provide some context, I consume all types of Pogo content in different platforms, podcasts, YouTube, Twitch, and regularly disagree with opinions but never voice my concerns. I think Pogo is a wonderful game. Niantic deserves respect for creating such a monolith, which millions enjoy so much that players have been take emotional ownership of the game, which means we speak at times with our hearts rather than our heads. We all set very high standards, which is very hard for Niantic to deliver. The key element forgotten in all this digital noise is Niantic is using Pogo as the cash cow to facilitate its long goal of being a global AR company. The game is the means for that journey, not the destination. So, all right, I'm going to stop the email for a second here.
Ooh.
We've talked about this a lot, right?
Yes.
Where Pogo feels like a stepping stone, meaning once the goals are achieved, it's very easy to leave it in the background because you just use it as a stone to get you to where you want.
I thought about this when I saw the email or the screen for the Wizards Unite, and I was like, they could just drop this game tomorrow. They literally could, and then
it's a harsh
what
reality.
Are we all going to do with our lives?
But think about
I was like, what? I don't know.
But that's why a lot of people get weird with the AR scanning. They're like, this is just a tool. You're just using us. You're going to throw us away. But yeah, so that's a solid point. But then this is where the email turns, and this is the interesting part. It says, I felt compelled to email you, Ken, directly after this recent podcast to offer some feedback. And then we were talking about the last poke the bear of content creators sharing negative content. It says, personally, I'm very disillusioned by recent events with Niantic and the direction the game is heading. I can understand the frustration expressed by key content creators. For several years, Niantic provided exclusive feedback channels to content creators, and they have been largely ignored consistently, which has indirectly led to the Hear Us Niantic movement, which was deflected and never achieved its purpose. So a lot of people thinking that Niantic responded to Hear Us Niantic, and then remember, like a week later, they were not hearing anything.
Yes.
This has been clearly proven with the recent debacle of the Lure module box. There is a clear disconnect between the corporate culture and the player base. And this is where he kind of holds my boots to the fire. He says, I understand you are pro Niantic and will play the devil's advocate and stir the pot, but you're wrong on this issue of negative content. Any content creator, except Mystic 7, who has clearly lost the plot, who has for years communicated and been ignored by Niantic, is entitled to voice their opinion subjectively, whether right or wrong. They are not bashing the organization which does not listen to them, merely taking their right to voice their own opinion, just as you have in your Twitter and podcast platforms. In fact, you aren't you bashing them for offering an opinion? Touché. Please stay safe and healthy during this difficult time, and I look forward to listening to you and Adam for years in the future. Regards, Super Noopy Dad 19. P.S. Don't ever expect you would read this email, but please take it as constructive feedback. Please, I love these emails. This is great.
No, that was really good.
Rob, thank you for writing in. You're absolutely right, and I think that it is a very emotional thing, right? So and that's why people get so heated about this stuff, is because it means so much to us. Like you were just saying, what are we going to do with our lives, right?
Yeah.
So
you don't think about it, but imagine the game just being not there for months.
No, I don't want to do that.
You'd have to. Your brain would have to reprogram itself. Like what am I going to do?
No,
I don't know.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But when I was talking about the negative content, I specifically was talking about people that were just like shitting on Niantic, right? Like ragging.
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'll always let people air shit out. I don't care. If someone got something to say, I'll give you a platform. Come on here and let it, air it out. I specifically was talking about with that poke the bear was the people that not just offering constructive criticism, because it's still even a tall ask for me to say, like, say whatever you want, but make it constructive. It's like, this isn't school. You know what I mean? Like you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want, like just because I want you to be constructive.
Well, if you don't have anything nice to say, Ken, don't say anything at all.
No, but that's not the rules of Twitter.
No, right?
So it's like, I completely get it. And it makes a lot of sense that, yeah, people are emotionally connected. They're going to air it out. And who the fuck says they have to be constructive? They're just airing it out. So in that sense, I do agree with you, Rob. And as from my style and my content creation, it is hard to be on both sides of the fence or whatever, because it's like, yeah, I want to be pro Niantic because I love this game and I love that company. But, you know, I'll call them on their mistakes. But specifically with that Poke the Bear, it was like the people that were just like unabashedly, you know, giving him the old FU, all that kind of stuff. Interesting. But thank you so much for writing in. Yeah, anyone ever wants to keep me honest or hold me to my shit or call me out for, you know, being a bootlicker, fucking write in. We'll talk about it on the show. One more email before we go, Adam.
One more?
Says, yep, this one's from Ryan Adams. Says, new listener. Hey guys, my name is Ryan. I just picked up your show. I finished the most recent episode 205. What a fucking breath of fresh air. I truly feel bad for Trainer Tips. He's obviously burnt out and needs a break. This is when we were talking, like, you know, about Trainer Tips, like putting out content like, dude, this doesn't feel like you. And you know what I mean? That kind of thing. He says, there's a couple specific highly viewed content creators who are just wave riders and they grind my gears for sure. I hadn't heard anyone with your specific take, and I agree. Anyway, great show, guys. I come from the GoCast community and look forward to listening more. Thanks, guys. Ryan, thank you so much. Shout out to the GoCast podcast. Make sure you check those guys out. Good people, Chris and Kyle over there in DeFi, and them. Fish. We gotta do some stuff together soon. I text with Chris all the time, so I'm
not in that chat group.
I've developed a very nice relationship with Chris. I love that dude. We text all the time. You know, if it's a beautiful day or I take like a nice sunset picture, I'll send it to Chris, tell him to breathe, have a glass of water, you know.
I feel like these are the text messages I should be receiving.
Not like the Pokemon Go radio guys where I'll like, if I see like a dog shit on the street, I'll take a picture of it and send it to Nar with no context. Here's some dog shit. Open my gift, asshole.
I miss them too.
I know, man. We gotta do some shit. We gotta do some stuff with the boys. It's been a while, but thank you to everyone that that connected with us for the Poke the Bear segment. I think it's a really interesting topic. It's hard to balance Niantic and community and yourself and your emotions and all this stuff. It's good stuff for sure, and we love to hear from everybody. So continue the conversation on our socials. Connect with us via email. Like I said earlier, you can email us info@luredup.com. Make sure you check out our website, luredup.com. Also, check out the content on the network, PokemonProfessor.com. We have the Lured Up podcast here. We've got special conditions for TCG. We've got Gotta Watch 'Em All for the anime. We've got Way Spotters for Wayfarer. A lot of cool stuff going on. I know, right? We got to get a little thing for Way Spotters. They're on episode 3, episode 4 coming out next week. So it's been a fun ride. I was
on that one.
Adam, special guests on episode 4 of Way Spotters. That's not a leak. That's not a leak. That's just news.
Did you just APK that? No.
No, God. But thank you, everyone. We really do appreciate it. Before we go, I do want to give a shout out to our show supporter tier patrons: Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, Daniel, Garrett, GStacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, Jason, Justin, Ken, Malcolm, MD, Raber, M Pitts, Pokénab, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, Steven, Winston, and Woodwose Wolf. Keep training trainers. Thank you so much. Everyone that's watching the live stream, we're going to hop off for about 10 minutes or so, and we'll be back on with Special Conditions episode 102 in just about 10
we're going to
minutes.
open some Pokemon cards.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And yeah, if you want to listen back in audio, this will be available this Friday, February 4th. Hope to see everyone soon. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone in the chat. Later. Be back in 10 minutes. Unbreakable, come back in 10 minutes for Special Conditions. Bye.